Hi, how you doing? It's Jim. It's Monday. A little over a week ago, I set you a challenge. I asked you to come up with what you thought was the number one greatest prog album of all time. And you have replied. You have replied in your hundreds. Oh my God, there are so many people responding to this. So I normally am fairly good at sort of replying to comments and things on the channel, but it's just been I can't. And the other thing I can't do is because if I start to reply to things, I then can't see the comment. And I can see the comment, but it gets sort of all shuffled up. I needed to keep everything there in order to be able to filter through it and to start pulling numbers out of it. And I've just spent the last 3 days literally bunging stuff into a spreadsheet, trying to work out what's what, who's doing. I have to say, a lot of people have voted more than once for more than one album, which has kind of thrown me a little bit. But I've gone with it. I've gone with it because absolutely I know it's a difficult task to try and narrow this down to one thing. Now, I do know that it's probably riled a few people saying, oh, I've only done one vote and blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference because I think it's heavily weighted towards some specific albums at one end of the scale. And then a lot of the ones which were people voting for a second album or sometimes third, fourth, fifth albums, there've been a single vote which has been sort of floating around in the ether. And so other albums are getting represented, but not in a huge quantity. So I don't think it's upset the apple cart too much. Now, I have got... What I'm going to try to split this into a couple of videos because there's just so much to get through. So initially I'll look at all the albums that just had a single nomination, one vote, as far as I can tell. I mean, I may have missed one or two here and there, so do forgive me if I've messed up a bit. And then I'll do a second one where I then start to work through the 52 albums that have had multiple votes. And the numbers jump up quite quickly to sort of quite big numbers. So all in all, we've had, I think, 117 different albums nominated. Which is not bad going, is it? From all genres of the prog divide. So you've got classic prog rock, modern prog, you've got neo-prog, prog metal, folk prog, I don't know what else, all sorts, space rock, psychedelic punk, no, not punk, psychedelic prog. It's all good stuff. So, right, let's start off. This is now the greatest prog albums of all time as voted for by you. So it's going to be until we get to single nominations, as in a whole... Okay, what I mean is there's a lot we've just got one vote. Then there'll be a lot that have just got two votes, quite a lot that have got 3 and 4. So they're all sort of bunched together. So rather than... I'll still count them down doing sort of like 50, 49, 48. It might be... They should really sort of like, okay, this lot is 65th equal, but there's going to be about 50 of them. So it's not very fun like that. So I'll count down. It's just alphabetical because that's the easiest way to do it. Okay. So let's start the list. Let's cut the countdown. So coming in at 117. And it doesn't mean that you're 117th. It just means it's where it's going to be in the list. There's always going to be a last. But it's not a last. It's just because you're first in the alphabet. It's Anathema, A Natural Disaster. Nominated, I should say, by Carnifex. I like Anathema a lot. I've got a few of their records and a couple of CDs. A Natural Disaster? I don't know this record. So this is one that needs to be checked out. I do. I need to know this. Right. Coming in at 116 is the first nomination from Canadian Stuffed Muffin, the great Larry Graves. Go and check his channel out. It's fantastic. He's nominated Arthur Brown's Kingdom Come with Galactic Zoo Dossier. I don't know it. I don't know that. I know about one song, I think, from Arthur Brown. So... I'm very lacking in my knowledge of his repertoire. I need to rectify that. Right, we then have a group of 4 albums suggested by 4 different people. Between the Buried and Me, Colours number 1 comes in at 115. That's suggested by Ignacio Gregario. We have Colours number 2 by Darth Aelris, coming in at 114. Coma Ecliptic by Afghan Pull and Pray. He suggested this one. Or she, I don't know. That comes in at 113. And then the Parallax 2 Future Sequence, which is nominated by Kenneth Walton. That comes in at 112. So I like Between the Buried and Me. I've got one of their records in the collection behind here. I think it's called Automata. Automata 1, 2, something like that. Anyway, it's I've only got that one, and it's got a couple of the tracks which I've listened to on the channel on it, and I really, really liked. So it seemed natural that I should get that record. So these are all new to me. I need to do some investigation. Right, we then come to 111. This is Black Midi with an album called Cavalcade. This has been nominated by Sound Chaser 83. I think it's the first of your several Sound Chaser. And I gratefully receive all of them because it's all new to me and this is all good stuff. But yeah, thank you for that. I don't know any of their music. I know of them, and I know they're a fairly new band, but I don't know anything about them at all. So that's absolutely one to start digging into. 110. Brian Eno with an album called Before and After Science. This has been nominated by David Ryan. So Brian Eno, I know a fair bit of his catalogue. I've got a couple of his albums and I know quite a bit of his music, but I don't know this at all, Before and After Science. I don't think I've even heard of it, so I need to discover this. I do. Right, 109. Marpay has nominated Awake from Dream Theater. I've got a lot of Dream Theater, but I don't have this. I don't know this record. I don't actually know what's on it. This is the first of probably several Dream Theater records that may feature on the list at some point. But I don't know that record. It's interesting, isn't it, how some records really connect with people in a very, very special way, but doesn't with other people. So only gets one vote. Strange, isn't it? Right. Dave or Dav Devil, you have nominated El Dorado from the Electric Light Orchestra. That comes in at 108. And related to that, Relative Time Works, your first nomination of the proceedings, coming in at 107, is Electric Light Orchestra, Face the Music. So, Electric Light Orchestra, I know individual songs, a few of them, but I don't know albums. And this is something I think I might have a greatest hits album or something like that, but I haven't got individual records of theirs, which is something I need to remedy and start listening to. Although saying that, I have got one. It came in quite recently as an eBay purchase, but this isn't about that. This is about the list. So I haven't listened to it. I don't know it. For the sake of this list, I don't know Electric Light Orchestra very well. Right. 106. This is the first entry into the chart for Emerson, Lake and Palmer with an album called ELP. This is nominated by Przmek, Przemek. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, I like ELP a lot, and it's a discography that is worth exploring, and I say that in not in a patronising sort of way. I absolutely am really digging it, and what I've listened to so far has been awesome. So that is one that I do not know and one that I need to listen to. Right, we now have another recommendation coming in at 105 from Relative Time Works. So you have nominated this time FM with an album called Black Noise. Don't know them, never heard of them, don't know the album, so I can't comment on this at all. So if it's something that you guys know about and interested in, let me know in the comments and tell me all about it. I thought this would have been higher up the list because it's one that I've heard a lot about in the comments. Gentle Giant, Octopus. It's been suggested to me many, many, many times, but on this occasion just once, by Jacob's Prog World. So Jacob, thank you very much. It's in there at 103. One to be listened to. I'm sure of it. 102, Gong by Gong. I think it is. Anyway, it's just Gong with a question mark was left in the comments, so I'm not sure. I know there's a band Gong. I've got one of their records. Is there an album called Gong as well? Well, I'll put it in there. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But at 102, that's from Martin Mole. 101. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Here we go. Robert Grozek has nominated the Grateful Dead album Blues for Allah. I have it. I have not listened to it yet. So I think when I did a video listening to the Grateful Dead album Terrapin Station a month or two ago, it generated quite a lot of interest and people were very keen that I listen to more. So, of course, on the back of that and with a few coffees thrown my way, I have managed to obtain a couple or three more Grateful Dead albums, one of which is Blues for Allah. So I don't know it, but I will be listening to it soon. Now we hit a number 100. This is Haken with their most recent album, Virus. I love this record. This was nominated by Nathaniel Cole. Thank you, Nathaniel. Great record. 99. Well, we made it out of the hundreds. Alumi El Tanen. John Anderson's Elias of Sun Hilo. I don't know why. I thought this would have had multiple nominations, but it didn't. It's just there. It's come in at number 99. This is a beautiful record, and after you suggested that I listen to this, I eventually got round to doing it, and it absolutely blew me away. It is fantastic. Such a beautiful record. Love it. Absolutely love it. I don't think it would be up in the sort of top 5 for me, but it certainly should be higher up the list, I'd have thought, than at number 99. But it's probably only here because it's alphabetical. Don't forget that. So, right. We then get to number 98 with a band called Kansas. Left Overture. Relative Time Works. Again, thank you very much. So this is a record that, again, I'd have thought would have been much higher up the list. I've heard about this a lot as well. It's one of those sort of revered American prog records from the 70s that I've not got round to listening to. I certainly will do, but I haven't listened to it yet. So, yeah, Relative Time Works, thank you very much. 97, Kate Bush, The Hounds of Love. That's a bit left field. Brian, that is called Brian, nominated this. I have some Kate Bush, but I don't have The Hounds of Love. I need to. I actually think I really ought to get some Kate Bush on the channel because I think that her music is very good and is probably 100% underrated, underrepresented, I should say, on the channel. So that needs rectifying. Perhaps I should do it with that. Number 96. Sorry, just scrolling through the screen on my laptop here, trying to keep up with the things here. So here we go. Number 96, David Ryan. Again, thank you very much, David. King Crimson, Meltdown, live in Mexico City. So there is certainly King Crimson in this list, and I don't want you not to suggest King Crimson because I can't play it. I've been taking obviously the nominations for King Crimson, but if it ends up being the number 1 record, it's not going to get played, I'm afraid. Anyway, this has come in at number 96. So there's no worries about this not being played. This is Meltdown live in Mexico City. So no, I don't know it. Number 95. Oh, this is exciting. Number 95. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Of course it is. Polygon Wonderland. Pale Ale Bale. Oh, great name. Great name for the band. Great name for the album. Great name for the nominator. It's a brilliant record. King Giz and the Liz Wiz. I really like this band. I'm starting to get into them in a big way. So great nomination. Thank you. Oh, look at this. It's Relative Time Works again. Number 3, I believe, if not 4. coming in at number 94, King's X, Gretchen Goes to Nebraska. I've listened to this on the channel. It's a brilliant record. Really, really good. This was initially recommended to me back in the early days of the channel, 4 years ago, along with 2 or 3 of their other records. So this is the only full album I've done so far, but I have listened to individual tracks on here. I like King's X. It's a great record, good nomination. Guillaume St. Charles has nominated at number 93, Leprous with Pitfalls. This is a good record. Really good record. This came out not last year. I think it was the year before, just before the pandemic started, or just around on the cusp of that. It's a great record. It's a really, really modern sounding, interesting prog. Just a really interesting record. Really like that a lot. Thank you very much for that. Now, I'm not sure this is right. I got 92, but no name next to this. It says Marillion Brave. Now, I'm going to skip that because I think I've got Marillion comes in later on with Brave with more nominations. So that's a false entry. We'll have to jump over that one. I'm not quite sure what happened there, so I'm sorry about that. All right, number 91, Alex recommended, suggested, and nominated Marillion Fugazi. So you know we've listened to this on the channel. It's superb, isn't it? Sounding quite 80s, is of its time, but it is a really, really good record. And I completely understand why this connects with so many people. I love it. Again, I'm surprised this didn't have more nominations because it was a highly regarded and a highly commented on video when I made this. So there we go, number 91. Now, Palantir 135, you've nominated 3 in a row here, all Marillions. I don't mind, you can nominate them. 90, 89 and 88. We have Clutching at Straws, Afraid of Sunlight, and An Hour Before It's Dark. So An Hour Before It's Dark, I adore. I think this is a fantastic record. So emotionally charged and absolutely just brilliant. It's a real powerhouse of a record. It's better than it has any right to be. And it's a good record. I have Afraid of Sunlight on vinyl. It's turned up quite recently. That's one that I'm going to be doing on the channel soon. And Clutching at Straws, I don't know. I've got that on vinyl as well. I've bought that as an older second-hand one, so it's probably going to be a bit scratchy and noisy, whereas Afraid of Sunlight is a new one. But yes, they'll be coming up. I don't know them yet, though. Then we have 2 nominations because he couldn't decide which. This is Rubaida Allen, 87 and 86. Mastodon, Blood Mountain. Oh, what a record. Mastodon, Crack the Sky. Yes, what a record. Amazing, hard, heavy prog metal. I love this band. They're playing in Download. At Download in 3 weeks' time. I shall be very excited to see them playing. But yeah, thank you for that. There's a really good couple of nominations there. They come in, as I say, 87 and 86. 85, Sound Chaser 83 has nominated Mort Garson, Mother Earth's Plantasia. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of him, I guess, Mort Garson. Never heard of the record, obviously. So totally unknown territory for me. Please fill me in a little bit. We then have another double nomination from Murdoch Moriarty, 84 and 83, both Motorpsycho. Oh, what a band. I love this band, The All Is One, which I've listened to a lot, and I listened to the Knox Suite on the channel several months ago. It's superb. Norwegian proggy goodness is all I can say about it. It's just fantastic. And the other album Murdoch has nominated is The Tower, which is a few years older. I don't know that one. I think I should, so I should be looking forward to delving into that. Right, Number 82. Oh, we're whistling through them, aren't we? 82. This is Marksman00. He's nominated Nectar, A Tab in the Ocean. Only one nomination for this. Can you believe that? Wow. This is one of those revelation records for me. I couldn't, having never even heard of the band or the record, to falling in love with it on a first listen, completely, utterly smitten, was a bit of a moment for me. So thank you so much for that nomination. Surprised you didn't get any more. The second nomination, it's not second nomination. It's another nomination coming at number 81 from Ondays Neurophiles. Is again for Nectar. It's Remember the Future. Again, superb, but not just the single vote cast. What can you do? What can you do? Right, we then reach number 80 in our list. Woo! We've whistled through the last 20, haven't we? So Manfred Stock has suggested Nightwish, Showtime, Storytime. Nightwish, that's a band I haven't listened to for a long time, and I really ought to. I like a bit of symphonic metal stuff. So I've only ever listened to individual songs from them. I've never listened to a whole album. And I don't have any Nightwish. I don't have any albums. So maybe I ought to. I don't know what's on that record. Showtime Storytime. Sounds like it should be one of the, have all the big epic songs on it, doesn't it? But, I don't know. 79. Zeitghoul has recommended, nominated and suggested Opeth, Pale Communion. A single vote for this record. Zeitghoul, thank you very much. That's one that I know some of. I don't know the whole record. I love Opeth. I really do. It's they're an amazing. Their transformation, their journey, musical journey, has been extraordinary. What they've gone from and what they've become. And I know it upset a lot of people, but it's also made an awful lot of people very happy. And I think it's all just amazing grist to the mill, as it were. It's they've got far more stuff they can do now. So when they're playing live, they can do the old stuff with an extreme blast, not blast beats, but really fast playing, and they're really heavy guitars and the growling. And they can do the more modern records from them, but a much more vintage sounding prog sound that they've sort of cultivated over the last few albums. But yeah, Opeth, Pale Communion. Phoenix has nominated at number 78 Pendragon, Masquerade Overture. I don't know Pendragon. And Mart Brouwers at 77 has also nominated Pendragon. This is Window of Life. I still don't know Pendragon. I don't know these records at all. So that's I cannot comment on it. Mr. Wondrous, thank you for joining me on the charts here. You have nominated several things on here and come up with some great suggestions. This is the first one of your list. This comes in at number 76, Pink Floyd, Ummagumma. I love it. I love Floyd. I love all their stuff. A couple of little exceptions here and there with things that I'm not entirely sure of that, but Ummagumma is just wonderful. The old Floyd is amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. So, Guillaume St. Charles, again, Porcupine Tree in absentia, coming in at number 75. This is the first Porcupine Tree that I ever heard, maybe 15 years ago. I absolutely was blown away by it. I'd never heard of them or heard anything about them before. And it was recommended to me by a friend. And we were actually at a festival, and he said, oh, you like Floyd, don't you? You like a bit of Pink Floyd, and so I think you'll really like this band, Porcupine Tree. You should give them a go. So I did. And the rest, as they say, is history. So I've listened to a lot of Porcupine Tree, and actually I'm now going back into their early catalogue and listening to a lot of their older stuff, which I haven't paid that much attention to up to now, but I'm getting there. But yeah, wonderful band, Wonderful band. Coming in at number 74, Porcupine Tree, Up the Downstair. So this is the old Porcupine Tree, as opposed to new Porcupine Tree. This is suggested, recommended, and nominated by JT. Thank you for that. We then have Autumn Music, suggesting Procol Harum, Shine On Brightly, coming at number 73. I know little bits and pieces of Procol Harum, not a huge quantity, so that's an area that my knowledge is a little bit lacking. I need to dig into that a bit more. Number 72, Queen 2. This is nominated by Tone Dial. It said it's a bit of a left field, a bit of an out there suggestion. That it's all right. What's wrong with that? So it's your suggestions, your nominations. This all makes up your chart. It's our chart. We own this. So if we want Queen to be in there, Queen should be in there. I think it's great. So does somebody else, because Relative Timeworks has suggested at number 71 we listen to Sheer Heart Attack from Queen. So it's a common theme. Don't worry about it. Queen is good. Queen is good. Zeitgul, again, number 70. We are listening to Renaissance, Ashes Are Burning. Are we? I'm not listening. Well, I haven't listened to it. So you're listening to it and you're recommending and suggesting and nominating it. I don't know this one. I only know Turn of the Cards, which is the record that I've listened to on the channel a month or so ago. So no, I don't know it. Eric Anderson, 888, coming at number 69. Renaissance, live at Carnegie Hall. Carnegie Hall. I don't know how you say that. It's live at Hall and it begins with C. I think is it Carnegie? Carnegie Hall. Again, I don't know. All these, there's several of these. 68, Troublesome Corsair, Scheherazade and Other Stories. I don't know, because, as I say, I've only ever listened to Turn of the Cards. These are all Renaissance records. So we then have number 67, Palantir 135 with Turn of the Cards from Renaissance. So now we get to a record that I know, I love, I have played on several occasions. I've played it on the radio show. I love it, absolutely love it, and I'm absolutely certain that I will love the other records as well. But I just don't know them. Right, 66 and 65. Right, these were nominated by the same person. I cannot pronounce or read your name, I'm afraid. It's in Russian or Ukrainian or something. There's no way I can't even read the alphabet. I don't understand how to pronounce your name, I'm afraid. But you have nominated Richelieu twice. Feather Gun coming in at 66 and Living as Ghosts with Buildings as Teeth. That is the best album title almost ever, isn't it? Living as Ghosts with Buildings as Teeth. That comes at number 65. What a thing. Hey, what a thing. Hey, coming in at number 64, Rush, All the World's a Stage. Another nomination from the very, very busy and thoughtful Relative Timeworks. Thank you very, very much. It's a great live album from Rush. I don't have this, but I have heard it. I have Exit Stage Left, I think it's called, and some of the more modern live ones, but I don't know this one. I don't have it, I should say. Number 63. Now, this is a band I don't know at all, but I know of. Soft Machine. The album is called Third. This has been nominated by Sound Chaser 83. I don't know. I can't say anything about it other than I'm sorry, I ought to know it. Greybeard 1952 has nominated Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus, coming in at number 62. I've never heard of this band. I've never heard of the album. It sounds interesting. Great title. So Greybeard, I need to delve. I need to listen to it. I can't comment, I'm afraid. We have now two more Relative Timeworks suggestions coming at 61 and 60. Spock's Beard, The Kindness of Strangers. I don't know this. I've got some Spock's Beard, but this is it's a great band, really great band. There's a huge discography, so I'm only sort of on the early stages of my prog journey. I don't know all this music yet, so that's one that I need to listen to. But then your second suggestion, coming in at number 60, is a bona fide stone cold classic, the Beatles' Revolver. Indeed, what an amazing record! I mean, and actually, Mr. Wondrous coming at number 59, the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper, arguably the first record that of the whole of the sort of that invented prog, really. I know people may balk at that a little bit, but I would argue that up until that point, the music that was being made was fairly formulaic, and this record kind of tore up the rule book and suggested ways that music could be made that perhaps we'd not thought about. So, yes, legitimately, I think it can be called prog. Murdoch Moriarty, number 58. The Mars Volta, deloused in a comatorium. I would have thought that would have had more votes. I really do, because that has been a massively loved record, and the comments that I get on the music I've played from that have just been overwhelming. So I'm surprised it only had one vote, but there we go, it did. Fantastic record. Mr. Wondrous, 57, The Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. So I've got my Moody Blues journey to start soon. I'm embarking on my Moody Blues. I can't comment on it yet, other than I know it's a loved band, highly regarded, and there's a great wealth of music to listen to. Quite a seam to mine, as it were. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. So Onday's Neurophiles, nominating at number 56, the Moody Blues again. This is Seventh Sojourn, which is one of the records in that selection. Again, I say I can't comment on it. Number 55, Trace by Trace. Krista Sandberg. Well, I'm afraid, Krista, I've never heard of Trace, so I cannot comment. It sounds like I should be listening more. I mean, doing these sort of things just makes me realise how little I know. It's shocking, absolutely shocking. And I'm sure that some of you guys out there know all this stuff and you're just sort of rolling your eyes and, oh my God, what is he like? What is he like? Sidecar Dog, thank you for your nomination, coming at number 54. Transatlantic, Bridge Across Forever. Ah, Transatlantic. What an incredible band. Just the most fantastic, brilliant record. Sublime. It is absolutely brilliant. I've listened to a lot of their stuff. I've got a lot of their stuff. I've got Bridge Across Forever. I love it. It's fantastic. Yes, indeed. And then we come to number 53, the last record in this list before we start moving on to some of the more nominated ones. Matt Webb, thank you for your nomination. Coming at number 53, Van de Graaff Generator, world record. So, again, this is a band I know I should know, but I know I don't know. You know? It's one of those sort of the cornerstones of prog, isn't it? It's Van de Graaff Generator, and for whatever reason, so far it's eluded me. So I cannot comment on it. But there we go. That's our list. That's 117 down to 53. That's quite a list. So what we'll do is the next video, we're going to go from 52 down to 1. I wonder what it will be. Hey, I wonder. This is fun, isn't it? Great stuff. Okay, guys and girls, well, I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, if you did, leave a comment, say hi, a bit of thumbs up, follow me if you don't already, and you know, all that stuff. Ring the bell, bing, bing, bing. You know, people say, don't they? Ding the bell, smash that like button. Don't smash it. You'll break your screen. You break your keyboard. I don't care if you don't. I really don't. I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, this is Jim over and out.